What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Oston code Cypher, back again with another video on web development. So in this short simple tutorial, I'm going to be using jQuery to find the cursor position. That's when you're finding the y-axis and the x-axis. As you can see, when I'm moving, I'm having this form on this left hand side and this image on the right hand side. So I'm just trying to show you some real example. Let's say you are playing some war games. That time when you're moving the cursor and you are able to see the coordinates, if you are to see those fields where there is mouse move, the x and y axis, you see the coordinates where you are pointing or where you currently your cursor is. Those will be the coordinates. And check when I click, or let's say when you're shooting, racing where there is mouse click on the left hand side. This when I click, so the first target is in those coordinates, the y-axis and the x-axis, and this target it's in those axis coordinates. Sorry. So that's the basic knowledge I want to show you, finding the cursor's position, and maybe you can apply it in those real world projects you'll be doing wherever you will be doing them from. So that's the basic knowledge. If you're into this kind of tutorial, please stick around. And by the way, this is not only for the image, also other parts of the document, just that I just wanted to give you some real example how you can be using it in the games for the person to know where the target is located and be able to shoot. Pew, pew, pew. Let's get started. If I'm to refresh, nothing will be functioning here. So we are just going to start from scratch. Apart from this UI, the user interface, I'm just going to explain the document how it is. Now I went ahead again, wrote the basic structure. So in the head section, that's where I put the information about the web page, the different files you'll be including in the project. Now for me, I went ahead and included Bootstrap, CSS, Bootstrap, JS, and animate.css. At the end of this tutorial, I will show you how you can set some cool animations from your web page. Let's say you want this to slide in from the left, this one slide in from the right. So those cool animations. And this, I created a div. Remember, for Bootstrap, I went ahead and wrapped all these into this container div with a class of container. So you get some fixed width, this side on the right hand, on the left hand side and the right hand side. So that's the reason why we wrapped them in this container. I went ahead and also created this div, gave it a class of jumptron text center, and it's responsible for this light gray stuff you're seeing, jumptron. The text center made all these text to be centered in that jumptron. So that's the part, that area. So I went down and created this div, gave it a class of row. That's why you're seeing these ones are aligned side by side on the left hand side and the right hand side. These are two columns I created. First of all, you create a row, then inside that row you create the columns, and these columns I gave them different perimeters, so media query perimeters. So whenever, even if a user scrolls down, this layout will still be responsive. As you can see, even the image will be responsive following the screen size where the user will be accessing your web page from or game from. So that's the basic knowledge. Those are the different parameters setting. Then for the form, I gave it some form group, the class of form group, and every input element or input text field, I gave it a class of form control. So it will control the width, length, some padding with those cool animations, hover effects for on focus. As you can see on focus, we get some light blue color with white. this one's for the mouse click, these two here, and the downer one is for the mouse move, so that one when you move the cursor around the document. Then the last column is for the image, which is this one. Let's get straight into the code and get started. So on my left hand side where you're seeing this cursor, there is this file jQuery. To include it in our document, I'll go at the bottom of this project. I write the source attribute, and it's going to be jQuery -3.2.1. It's dot, not point. Min.js. So we have included jQuery in our project. Now we create our custom script tag where we're going to be writing the code from, and this is what we need only. And remember, when you're writing jQuery, always don't forget to write this document.ready, then you pass some anonymous function and put this semicolon. So every jQuery code you'll be writing, it will be in between this tag or this statement. So the reason why you write document.ready, it's you're telling the browser not to fire off any event before the document has fully loaded. So imagine the user has just come on your web page and alerts, just some different alerts start popping over. So that's the reason why you put this, so you refuse them to load up before the document is ready. Now we are going to give our input elements some IDs. This one is for mouse click. I'm going to give it some custom ID called clicked pause. So and this one is going to be clicked expose. So clicked exposition. You can call it or name it any ID you want, but they have to be different. And this one has to be clicked Y pause. So clicked Y position. I'm going to give this for the move. I'm going to give them also some IDs. This one is going to be moved expose. So moved exposition. I'm going to copy this and give for Y also moved Y pause. So there we can be able to target them using jQuery. And to target them, you say, so we are going to be running the whole document, targeting the whole document for this case. Document dot val dot click. So we are setting the function val dot click. Then we pass some anonymous function, and the parameter is going to be an event, and put that semicolon. So here we are saying we are creating an event which is going to be click. So for us to be able to target this ID of clicked expose, I'm going to copy this and come back here. In between this, I'm going to say $, double quotes, hash. So clicked expose dot val open pause e dot page x and edit with a semicolon, and check out this. When I reload and I click somewhere, let me some shooting this one, we shall get some coordinate here. When I try to click this one, we shall get also those coordinates. Oh, this man is in some weird position, 666. What the so that's where the man is. Now let's create also for Y. To create for Y, we are going to go down and say Y, and also give this one page Y. When we save and check out this, as you can see, we are both getting the X-axis coordinates and y-axis coordinates. Now let's move for the move cursor. So for the move, we are just going to copy this down. What we are going to change is the event. This one is going to be mouse move, lowercase, mouse move, and this one is going to be moved X, and this one is going to be moved Y pose. And for the page, we are going to call this one screen because it's going to be moving around the screen. And save this. So as you can see, oh, why isn't it moving? What IDs did I give the moved X pose, moved Y pose? Oh, this one is lowercase. For this case, for the moved pose, I gave them some lowercase letters. As you can see now, I have started moving. Also the coordinates, they have started also moving. So whenever you shoot, you get also the clicked moves. So thanks for watching. Oh, I remember I told you I'm going to show you how you can include some cool animations. Since we included this animate.css, I'm going to go to the Jumptron. I add animated slide in right. So we want it to slide in from the right hand side, as you can see. We also go to our row. We say animated slide in left. So check out this. Are you seeing? So even you can customize them, set different time ranges where they are supposed. Let's say I want to target the Jumptron. I want the animation to take like 2 seconds to come. That's animation delay. And we want it to take 2 seconds. Since we gave our row also some animation, we shall target it by saying .row. And we say we are just going to copy this. We're going to say 3 seconds. And check out this. This one will take 2 seconds, and this one 3 seconds to move in. So those are the different slides or animations I would show you using animate.css. And guys, if this tutorial was useful to you, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it on different social medias, and I'll see you in the next tutorials. So imagine you're creating some nice game. Pew 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 pew. So that's it. I'll see you in the next tutorials. Peace. Subscribe. Now to get rid of this document, I'm going to go to my jQuery, remove these classes. I don't need them right now. I'm going to show you how you get rid of these documents. So I'm going to terminate the old document from my web page. I'm going to select the old body, and I'm going to add a class to it. Since I remember we included CSS, we included animate.css, animated hinge, and see what they are going to do to our body. Refresh, and our body is going to be thrown in the trash. Cool. So guys, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next tutorials. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Like the video, share it on different social medias. peace as we throw this body.